Howdy folks, bit of an update for you today. I've been busy. YouTube doesn't seem to be as popular as it was a couple of months back, but it's a good way to just keep everyone up to date on what's been going on. So we're going to do that. First up, my second run of the WharThorns is all ground, and going to be doing some final cleanup on these. They've still got a little bit of the factory scale left on them, a little bit dark. This Z-wear is a bitch to clean up, so I'm going to give that a good see into. All of these need a good deal of hand sanding, but once it's been heat treated and tempered, apparently Z-wear is really hard to work with, so I'm going to try and get as much prep done before that happens as possible. So we've got 12 altogether, 2 in Spirograph Damascus, which you probably cannot see any remnants of the pattern because it's been sanded flat. You might be able to make out some squiggles a little bit. So these two, and left hand ground one for Peter Murphy. These are actually probably about 10% bigger than the original one that I did. Pretty much overall, like a little bit longer, a little bit taller. Just a bit easier to get 3 fingers on, unless of course you are huge and you have man-sized hands. Then I had a few people at the get-together day before yesterday mention that the original WharThorn that I sold to Norman at Nuco Tools, they could only get 2 fingers on it, but they do have monstrously huge hands, like that's one hand. So I've got relatively average medium-sized hands, I think, and I kind of tend to make everything to fit me, so I think it will fit the majority of people pretty well. But yeah, it's my first left-hand chisel grind that I've done. It feels a bit weird kind of doing everything back to front on the grinder, but it's not actually that bad. I thought it would feel weird, like going from driving a right-hand drive to a left-hand drive car, but it wasn't too bad. Swedges on these are all different. The grinds are pretty much the same. Some come a little higher than others, but the swedges are all different in terms of thickness, depth, how far they come down, the angle, etc. This one that I just finished has a very shallow, low swedge. Looks really cool though, like a dagger grind pretty much, but still maintaining a good bit of thickness to the tip, so nice and strong. Stabby, good stuff. So they are done, ready for cleanup. What else have I been doing? My first locking folder project has had a little bit of work done. I reground the blade because I wasn't happy with it originally. Countersunk for the screws apart from the pivot. Titanium thumb stud, nice and flush. One thing on this I did notice is that these screws are very close to the edge of the scales, and actually on this one you can see it's kind of chipped away, so I'm thinking I might have to recess those a little deeper, and then when I contour the scales hopefully they won't kind of stick out. But this is that rough textured S30V that I had. Kind of reshaped the blade a bit more, kind of like a sheep's foot, long straight edge with a bit of a belly towards the tip. Slicer grind, deep hollow. I'm going to hand rub this, and I'm thinking I will probably acid etch the whole thing and then give it a light polish over the top just to give it a bit of shine, and that will kind of play off of all of these deep pits that are in the flats and hopefully look pretty cool. We will see. Still haven't done the lock cut for this yet. Still a bit worried as to how I'm going to do that with the tools that I have, but we're going to give it a go. And also my third friction folder, Jade G10 lightning strike carbon fiber backspacer, which should probably have a plain background so this will focus. Chisel ground again, harpoon tanto, compound ground, really nice. Feels great. I think it looks great as well. When it's closed, everything is nice and flush. I'm happy with that. Blade's going to go off to heat treat after I've hand rubbed it, and the steel that that blade is made out of is this. Let's see if we can get it to focus. And this has a very light etch on it, so I might not even be able to pick it up. You kind of see a bit of it. The light in here is terrible. This is Randy Haas from HHH Damascus and Knives. This is his mosaic zigzag Damascus, and the light in here is terrible. I apologize for that. Let's see if we can just run the light over it. Kind of get the idea. God, I wish I could get that to show up. This has a very light etch on it as it comes. You can see it's just been kind of dipped in, so you can see what the pattern will look like. Very thin, 0.113 of an inch, so just under 1/8 of an inch thick. So you can imagine when this is heat treated and etched, you're going to have a real nice zigzag pattern, I'm hoping at least. God, this sucks. Come on. There we go. Anyway. What else have I been doing before my battery dies? Cleaned up the little pry tool that I made a while ago. Kind of gave a concealed carry slight curved feel to it. Polished down some of the grinding in before. Looks kind of cool now. Looks like an old file. But this works really great on my Emerson pivots. So that's good. Also had some Damascus left from this Spirograph Damascus, and didn't want to waste it, so started work on my first 3D hand contoured pocket clip. It's very rough at the moment. This is about an hour and a half worth of work, but it's getting there. We'll clean this up and see how it looks. Can't see any of the pattern obviously at the moment. It has a very coarse 220 grit finish at the moment, some little dimples there that I need to rub out. Hee hee. So that's good, I hope. And dun, dun, dun. Been doodling some concepts for a Persian for a friend, Daniel Bustin. He gave me some sketches for something that he wanted to try. I've been kind of playing with that idea. These are very kind of out there at the moment. Probably get rid of this whole kind of reversed gut hook wire cutting thing, but that was just me playing around. But interested to try something a little out of the box. So yes, that is where things are at. If you want to keep up to date on what's going on with my knives and general toys and collections and things, hit me up on Instagram at msj_knives, and also I have a group on Facebook as well, MSJ Knives, and you can head on over there and keep updated regularly. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and speak to you all again soon. Take care.